right? So this is the storm that's never gonna end. Every day I check the weather and it's like, oh, in 2 days the weather's gonna be better, and then it's never getting better, and it's still raining and it rained all night, and I'm having not a bad time, just I'm bored. Like, this little town would have a lot of wonderful things to explore if it wasn't raining, but it's raining, and I'm a long way from the town, so it makes just getting into like find food is like a chore. And the Wi-Fi here is not fast enough to upload videos that I need to upload. I need to upload 2 videos a month, like big videos a month, and it's getting towards the end of the month kind of, and that's not happening. So I gotta move. I'm bored. So mostly I'm bored. So it's raining, cats and dogs, and I am trying to go to a little town that's about an hour and a half north of here called Shari. And I know nothing about it, but I found a place that was comparable in price to where I was staying, and it's closer to stuff. So that's where I'm going, or at least trying to go. Hitchhiking in the rain is kind of not the most fun thing in the world. I'm learning that right now. Because 1, you're getting wet, and 2, you don't want to, I don't want to get in somebody's car all wet, you know, and they don't want to pick up some like soggy wet drifter. That's no good. So I don't know how well this is going to work, but I've got all day to make it what is essentially an hour and a half drive. I think I'll probably get there. The first step is to get to the rest area that's in the town just north of here. And then from there I have covered area. I can sit and hold my sign up, and I think it'll work out from there. So that's my first goal, baby steps. And then after that, maybe I can make it all the way to Shari. And I might be stuck there for a couple days waiting for rain to pass. Like, I spent the morning just going over all of Hokkaido looking for places where it wasn't raining. It's basically raining everywhere for the entire weekend into like Monday and Tuesday sometimes. Friday today, by the way. So I don't know. I feel like since I've got to Hokkaido, things have gotten difficult for me. And I'm starting to wonder, like, when Katie and I travel, we always have really good luck, and I'm starting to think that I'm the bad luck and she's the good luck. And maybe I need some more Katie in my life right now. It was only a couple minutes of looking like a soggy drifter on the side of the road before a nice old lady pulled over and picked me up and gave me a ride in her, another one of those tiny little trucks, all those tiny little trucks. And I made my way into town, and I just had her drop me off at a convenience store so I could get some breakfast. And then I will make my way to the rest area, which like it's walkable from here for like 5 minutes away. So, and then I'll work on making my way north to get to Shari. I keep saying it, otherwise I forget what it's called. When somebody's like, where do you want to go? I'm like, so Shari. So, yeah, I'll try to make my way up there. So far, I've been a little soggy, but it went okay. She actually picked me up even though I was a little soggy. Breakfast is omudaisu again, but it's not nearly as good as the stuff I had last night. This stuff looks a little bit soggy, but I was like, it's kind of breakfast time. It's like 10 o'clock. I should get some eggs and stuff. Like, that sounds like the right thing to do. It's like omelet-y. So, yeah, I'm just getting some, like, okay looking omelet rice. And then I also got some of their bangin chicken. And like I had before, that girl gave me that free chicken, the spicy stuff. But I got the cheese one. And it's been a long time since I've had the cheese one. Ooh, it tastes like, it tastes like cheese. It's really familiar to something that I ate when I was a kid. Oh man, that's gonna drive me crazy. You know, maybe it tastes like a cheese dog. Yeah, I think that might be what I'm tasting. Like, you know, like they used to inject cheese into hot dogs. Do they still do that? Yeah, I think that's what it is. So it's a chicken cheese dog nugget. Alright, as I'm not that far away from my goal, I hit a Lawson and they had pretty quick internet here, so I'm trying to upload this this Okinawa Part 3 video that I have finished like about 5 days ago now. And it's 20 gigabytes, so it's uploading really slow here because the internet isn't that great where I was staying. And here it's going a little bit faster. Usually I can upload something like that in Tokyo in about an hour. And I've been here for 2 hours now, and it's uploaded 20%. So I mean, I know it's a big file and everything, but you know, I'm getting a little worried getting that up. But anyway, so you remember I bought that Oramune, which is the soda that's made with the water from this area a couple nights ago, and I forgot about it. And then I went in the fridge when I was leaving the guest house today, and I was like, oh, look at that! I should get that and have it. So this is a bit of an experience. I've had these before in this bottle, And you can see how it's shaped really strange. And the reason it's shaped like that is because in the tip there's a marble, okay? And what's gonna happen is I'm going to use this little cap that came with it, and I'm going to, it's like got a plunger in there. You put it on there and you tap it, and it pushes the marble down into this area and gets stuck, so it can't fall all the way in. And then it can't fall out the top, so you can't choke on it while you drink it. It's like an interesting way of sealing this. I'm not sure how the marble is sealed in the top, why it's not falling out now. Maybe there's this plastic or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, so this is famous because it is made with the water in this area, and the label on the top that was there a few minutes ago before I took it off, specifically it was like, it's made from delicious water from eastern Hokkaido. So anyway, let's open it. And I'm always worried about opening these, like they're gonna explode all over the place. So I brought it outside. I didn't want to open it in Lawson's and end up covered in like lemonade juice and then have it everywhere. So I'm outside where it's raining, and if it blows up on me, then I'll roll around in a puddle or something. Okay, so here we go. Here is the bottle and here is the plunger, and you put this on here and then you just do that. I'm kind of nervous, honestly. I don't think I pushed hard enough. Okay. So this breaks out. I see now. So this breaks out completely. And so that's broken down, and then I push, I guess. Or maybe I take all of this off like this, and then I push like this. There we go. Yes, I was wise to be worried about it exploding. All right, so you can see the marble in there now, and the marble is just, there you go, it's jiggling back and forth, and my hand is all wet and sticky now, but let's see how delicious this stuff is. I mean, it just tastes like, I guess it's cider flavored. It's like Ramune is cider, right? Yeah, I mean, it's really carbonated, and I mean, it tastes like cider soda. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be able to tell you if it was made with good water or not. Ah, hey, look, now you can really see the marble. Look at there's some marble action. That's sweet. Yeah, I think the packaging for these is really fun because it's like, it's an experience in itself. Kind of like when I was at Sulphur Mountain yesterday. It was more of an experience for multiple senses. Like, you get to have an adventure opening this up, and my hand is all sticky now, and this is fun. You get to figure out how to open it and all that. It's a cool experience. And I mean, it tastes okay. I mean, it tastes like cider soda. At first when I was drinking this, it was like just, you know, like normal, like, you know, cider soda, but as I drink more of it, there's this weird like aftertaste, not aftertaste, like this feeling in your mouth, like your mouth is almost drying out a little bit as it evaporates or something. And I wonder if that's an effect of the delicious water. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like, I don't know, it feels dry. It's really weird. I'm a little perplexed. Getting that last bit out, it's gonna trick because the marble just falls back into place. I was looking at this, and I think that it's not like plastic inside that keeps it in place before you break it. I think it's just vacuum sealed or something. Like somehow they've like applied that top cap and then made suction keep the marble up on the top. And it looks like if you look inside, there's a little ring of rubber that is probably being used as a washer? No, that's a different word for it. You know, a seal to keep the liquid from falling out. It's pretty smart. It has, it sort of stopped raining for the moment. This is amazing. I'm gonna take a chance and I'm gonna move. See if I can get in the car before rain starts again. And just a few minutes later, I caught a ride and I'm like about 60 kilometers or something down the road, I guess. I haven't even checked yet. But yeah, a girl picked me up, probably, I guess she's probably in her early 20s. And it was a fun ride. She talks like a mile a minute. It's just like, whoa, lots of Japanese, lots of Japanese, lots of Japanese, but it was a fun challenge. And when you're in the mood for it, it's fun. So, and I'm in the mood for like that challenge at the moment, so that was cool. It wasn't just like the normal like, oh, where are you from? And like, what are you doing conversation. Like, we were talking about all sorts of stuff, so that makes it a lot more interesting because I'll be real, I'm a little bit bored of the same conversation over and over, so this was a bit of a delight. So now I have to figure out where I am and where to go next. And it turns out I'm about 20 kilometers away from my goal, so this should be no problem because maybe it's noon. I don't know. It's something like that. It's just starting to sprinkle though, so hopefully I can get this done before I get all wet again. In the past like 6 months or so, I've become kind of obsessed with things that come in juice boxes in Japan, like their coffees and their alcohols, and this is the new jam. And everybody's gonna laugh at me because I think this is for dieting because it says diet on it, but it is a black vinegar apple juice kind of with honey in it. And there's something about this black vinegar apple juice that's doing it for me, man. It's a pretty, I don't know, go pour some vinegar into some apple juice. It works for some reason. Like, it balances out that apple flavor. Like, the sweetness kind of goes away. I don't know, man. I guess you can put some honey in there too, because that's what's working here. I know I keep talking about how big things here are, but like, maybe it's been a long time since I've been in America, but Hokkaido tends to look a lot like America to me. These giant farms and stuff, it's just like screaming America. It's really surprising because in my head, like, I know Japan quite well. I've been here 5 years, but then I see stuff like this, I'm like, well, I don't know what I think I know. I love that feeling. I love figuring out that I actually have no idea what I'm talking about. So like I mentioned before, that there was like a native group of people that lived here called Ainu, and they had their own language that's separate from Japanese and culture and all this. And when Japan sort of like took Hokkaido, I guess, from them, I guess that might be the story. I don't think it's a mutually happy arrangement, or at least wasn't back when it originally happened. But when that all went down, Japan started writing Ainu's language with katakana, which is a phonetic set in Japanese that's used for foreign language words and things like that, and for a couple of other things, emphasis on Japanese words, blah, 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 stylistic stuff. But anyway, without getting too deep into it, you see a lot of towns in Hokkaido that on the map, they're written with katakana for the name, which is unique as far as I know to Hokkaido. Everything else that I've ever seen is 99% of the time with kanji, which is like the Chinese characters, and then like 1% of the time you'll see a town that's written with hiragana, which is another phonetic set that's used for Japanese words. So to see like names of places that are written with katakana, it's pretty interesting. And a lot of times they've got pronunciations that are just like, that just doesn't feel Japanese to me. Like, that word just doesn't seem like it would typically be a Japanese word, and it's because it's derived from Ainu's language. This sign here is an example of that. You can see utoro, and those kind of square looking blocky characters are katakana, and then right next to it is Shari, and Shari probably is also an Ainu word as well. That's a guess, a totally random guess, just how it sounds, but they've managed to assign kanji to that specific word. So you can see that that has much more complicated looking characters above it than the utoro does, and that's the difference between the two things. And it's just, as somebody who's interested in Japanese language, it's interesting to see city and town names written with a foreign script intended for foreign use, but still be in Japan at the same time. Because like they would write America with that script, or they would write like Los Angeles with that script, or they would write London or whatever, like with those scripts. Like foreign places are always with that, but to see a Japanese place with that, kind of interesting. Well, I mean, interesting to me anyways. This scene with this mountain and this like golden field, and there's still some greenery and the clouds in the sky and everything. I walked over a hill and I was just like shocked. It's really beautiful. Wow. I'm gonna try to recount this this experience as accurately as possible. So like the most amazing thing happened like ever. And so I'm walking down the road and like, you know, looking for a ride, and this guy in a little truck pulls up. Another little truck. Little trucks are amazing. And the little truck pulls up, and this guy is like, all right, I'll take you to where you need to go. And I was like, all right. And I get in the car, and he was like, hey, do you mind if I stop at my house really fast? I want to plant some seeds. And like, I was like, all right, we can plant some seeds. Let's do this. He starts telling me he's a farmer. I'm like, okay. And he's got this packet of cabbage seeds. And he was like, all right, you know, if you don't have time, that's fine. But if you want to, you know, see my farm, we can check out my farm. And I was like, let's see your farm, dude. So he was like, all right, let's do this. So we go and we walk way out into this field. His farm is huge. Like, it's really, really, really big. Like, acres and acres and acres and acres. Like, it's a production farm. Like, they making serious amounts of stuff. So we're walking out into this field. And at this point, I'm a little confused. I'm just like, what the hell is happening? I'm just like, whatever, let's follow this old man. He was really friendly and, like, just, like, a really centered person. Like, he was just really capable of communicating properly, and he was not like an oddball or anything, as strange as his story sounds. Like, let's go plant some cabbage, you know what I mean? But he was just like, okay, you know, let's do this thing. So we walk out into this field, and he starts digging this hole with his foot, and he was like, he hands me all these seeds, and he's like, go ahead and, you know, start planting the cabbage. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm like taking like a handful of seeds. I'm like, do I just drop them? He's like, no, dumbass. He's like, pokes a bunch of holes in the ground with his finger. He's like, drop 2 or 3 seeds in there and then move on and like space them out so the cabbage can grow, like, you know, the size of cabbage. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So we plant this cabbage, and he's throwing like the cabbage food on the ground and stuff, and then he's covering it back up, and this goes on for a while, not a terrible long time, but a while. So I planted some cabbage in Japan, and afterwards we go, and he was like, are you busy? And I was like, dude, I don't have nothing. I got nothing to do here. So what's up? And he was like, let's eat some watermelon. So he goes and he gets this watermelon out of this fridge, and he gets this big hatchet, and he starts hacking up this watermelon. And he was like, I grew this watermelon. And we ate it, and it was amazing. And then like I think his wife, a woman, came out, and then another farmer dude came, and we just hung out, and we're just eating some watermelon with some farmers and stuff, you know, just normal stuffs. And then he was like, I asked him about how the typhoon affected them, and he was just like, oh, dude, it ripped up my some of my greenhouses. Like, he's got these houses that have like a plastic covering on them. And he was like, you want to see? And I was like, yeah, sure. So we walk over, and he's showing me these greenhouses. And, oh, shit, I just remembered, I just forgot something in his truck. Oh, well, it's not important. Anyway, so I'll get to what I forgot. So we're going to these greenhouses, and he's giving me, like, all these fruits and stuff. He's just plucking them right off the vine, and we're eating these tomatoes. Are like the best tomatoes I've ever had, like the best mini tomatoes I've ever had. They were sweet and just like, you know, they were right off the plant, and like they were amazing. And we're eating cucumbers, and let's see, what else do we have? I don't know, just stuff. We're just eating just like buffet, like off the plant. And yeah, and he showed me like the ceiling for the area that got all busted up and stuff. And we're walking around, and he's just showing me things on the farm, you know. And then we go and we hang out in this room he's got that's like, you know, for lack of a better term, like his man cave, like where he chills, you know what I mean? And he's got all these pictures of these ultralight airplanes on the wall and stuff. And he's like, I'm a pilot. I was like, all right, that's cool. And I was like, do you own some of these planes? He was like, yeah, I own a plane. And I was like, okay. And he's like, do you want to see him? And I was like, yeah. So we get in his car, and we drove across the farm, and we get to this building that's like, you know, like a dome type like thing, like a hangar. And he unlocks the doors, and he slides the door open. There's all these ultralight aircraft, and I'm expecting like ultralight aircraft. There's like 6. It's good. He's like, yeah, I like to fly these things, but I can't do it in the summertime because there's no runway here. So what he usually does is he has a wheat field, and he farms a wheat field, and then it's flat, and then he can use that as a runway. And there's also, what are they called? Like sled things on the wheels, so that when there's snow on the ground in the wintertime, he can just land and take off on the snow. So that was like this guy's deal. And he eventually was like, yeah, I'll take you to your guest house. And before he took me to the guest house, he was like, you know, if you wanted to just stay here, that's cool. Like, he told me I could just stay in his man cave. He's like, you can stay here if you want. I don't care. It's cool. And I was like, oh, I've already paid for the guest house. And honestly, I kind of just want to be a little closer to town because I would be kind of stranded out there. Like, I guess I could hitchhike into town, but if it gets rainy again, which it's supposed to, then I would be just stranded again. So, yeah, I was, he drove me to the guest house, and I was like, is it okay? It's a little far, you know? And he was like, it's like 20 minutes, no big deal. Like, this guy, he was just really, really chill. So that was this experience, and I got his information and stuff, and he was so chill, it's possible that in the future, I'll send that guy a message. And he was like, come back up here in the winter, I'll take you up on my airplane. And I was like, that sounds amazing. And he asked me how much I weighed, and he was like, yeah, we can do this. So, yeah. Hitchhiking is amazing.
アップダウンだから真ん中直線走ったらこの誰も通らないんだ
I forgot to mention what I thought I forgot, but I didn't forget what I thought I forgot, so it didn't matter that I didn't mention the forgetfulness. Anyway, yeah, so that old man gave me, the farmer dude, he gave me a bag of tomatoes. So I've got all these mini tomatoes. And I'm wondering how many of these can I eat before I start getting sick? It's really good. Oh my god. It's like literally the best tomato I've ever had. So much flavor. Alright, so now I'm in my guest house. It's a very similar to what I stayed in before. It's very clean. I expected that. I read the reviews about it, and a lot of people were just like, it's like phenomenally clean. And it's a little more expensive than it was at the last place, but also, well, not so much, because I had to pay for showers at the other place, and I'm not 100% sure, I haven't showered yet, but I'm pretty sure they're free here. So it kind of works out to be close to the same. This is 1,500 yen per night, and the place I was staying that was way out in the middle of nowhere with, I mean, you know, it had its value. It was a cool place, but that place was 1,000 yen plus 200 yen every time I wanted to take a shower. So this isn't so much more money. We'll see if it's as nice of a place to stay or not, but right now the smell of it is much fresher. Let's put it that way. You can smell the tatami, which is Japanese flooring, and I really like that smell a lot. And it smelled like the tatami at the last place probably need to be renewed. But this place has kind of got like a log cabin feel, and they have like a Genghis Khan dinner party thing. And I probably won't do that tonight. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow night and see what's up. I'm not sure, but there's sheets on the bed and everything, so pretty happy right now. I think I made the right move, especially since I had the farmer thing happen. Like, that was just so cool. I can't get over it, man. The farmer was amazing. Oh, that is without a doubt more modern. This place has got a bit of a yuppie feel, but I mean, it's really nice, really, really nice. They've got a really nice, not an onsen, but a bath area. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it is an onsen, I'm not sure. And they have bikes that you can borrow for free. And it's just really, really, really upscale for 1,500 yen. Like, I can't believe how nice it is in there. Like, turbo clean and everything. I'm gonna head into town, and it's not raining, so I figured I'd take advantage of that, because you never know at this point. It looks like they have free strawberry eating as well. Look at this. You can eat strawberries for free. Yes. That's an unexpected perk. A lot of times post typhoon you get these really cool looking cloud patterns, and right now is no exception. So I've wandered 2 kilometers into town, and this turns out that this is actually on the same train line as the place that I was staying before in Minami Tashikaga. But this looks a little more substantial than the little blue shack thing that they had for a train station there. I mean, this isn't still like, you know, this isn't Shinjuku, it's not bumping or anything, but it's like pretty nice, and it looks like they made an effort to kind of like modernize the area so it feels like really nice and clean and everything. And I wonder if they get more tourism here, like what's the draw, like what's the deal here? I'm hoping to find that out soon. So this presents an interesting situation. I could have just taken the train. But if I had taken the train, I don't care about the money. The money, it was like 15 bucks. I don't care about that. But if I had taken the train, I wouldn't have met the farmer. That's why this is incredible. This experience is just like how else would that ever happen? Like, how else would have I ever got to try that guy's tomatoes or see his airplanes or any of that, like, incredible stuff? Like, it's all just through hitchhiking. That's what's so amazing about this. For a day that was supposed to be raining like the whole entire time, it's really actually turned out to be pretty pleasant. I think maybe I jumped over a mountain range or something and the storm hasn't come over yet, or maybe it will stop and it won't come over. That would be the best news ever. But yeah, it was actually hot a few minutes ago and it's cooled down pretty significantly pretty quickly. And I'm on the search for something I'm always on the search for. Can you guess what? When I go to new places, can you guess? Try to guess. Did you guess right? I found the ocean. It's amazing. So I'm like on the northern area in Hokkaido. Not the most northern area, but definitely you could call this the northern coast. So this is one of the furthest northern points I've been in Japan. I'm thinking maybe it might be a similar, not elevation, but you know, height area. What is that on a map called? It might be a similar one of those to Otaru when we were there. But yeah, I can almost see Russia. I'm doing some Sarah Palin stuffs right now. I think though, honestly, there is a town that you can see some of the disputed islands between Russia and Japan from, and I might end up there. And then I'll be keeping an eye on Putin, like for real. Getting out to the ocean was a bit tricky from the town because first off, it's like a fishing and maybe a shipping port. I'm not sure if they do shipping, but I know they do fishing. It's a big part of the industry here. So there's a lot of like industrial, like shipyards and things like that you can't really like get through. I sort of found one that looked like it would be okay if I trespassed through, and I did a little trespassing, and I got out here. But they've also built these big seawalls, and I mean, I guess like tsunamis, you know, like seawalls are probably a pretty good idea if you're in an earthquake-prone zone and you've got an industry that relies on shipping and a town that is relatively close to the water. So, I mean, it's not the most beautiful scenery I've ever seen like up close, but when you look off in the distance a bit, these mountains that butt right up against the sea, it looks pretty awesome. The shapes of the mountain are really striking. The farmer that I met earlier, he was really proud of the shape of the mountains because they're not just, you know, mountains. They're like jagged kind of, and they have like personality to them and all that. And you can definitely see that, and it's really cool with the clouds like intertwined inside of them and stuff right now from the storm. I think I'm really lucky to get to be here at this point in time. So is that a bear footprint? Like, dog's nails usually are trimmed, yeah? Like that dog don't got trimmed nails. It's probably time to get back to civilization. Whew. Climb some stairs. Yeah, so up on this little hill that's by the ocean a little bit, maybe 5-minute walk, they've got the Shari Jinja, which is their shrine, I guess. I'm not sure the importance of it, but it seems well maintained, so it seems like it's pretty important. And it looked like they had a Matsuri here maybe recently that I wish I'd seen, but on the other hand, glad I missed because I didn't like sleeping outside at night. It is really unclear where people in these like countryside towns eat dinner because everything closes, just turns into a ghost town. This is not just this place, like I've seen this in a lot of places. The place I was in last time did the same thing. Like finding and opened anything is a challenge. And that's what I'm going through right now. I just don't want to end up with convenience store food of anything, you know? Like you get to a new place, you want to try some of their food, but everything's shut down. I found someplace opened, it's called Red Hot Chili Pepper. And I was like, okay, like that's that band. Here's a little secret about me, I really kind of despise that band. But no offense if you like them, that's just not my thing. But so I saw this place and I was like, that's not promising because, you know, I don't like the band. But then I realized, okay, they sell Thai food and stuff, and like they said that it was like ethnic food, which means like, you know, foreigner food or whatever. Like, so I went up there and it was actually it was all right. They had like an Indian curry dish, is what they said it was. I've never heard of it before, but it had lamb meatballs in it, and I thought that was like, okay, that's at least stepping outside of the box a little bit. I don't think I've ever had a lamb meatball. So it was all right. It was spiced pretty well, and it was, you know, had a little bit of kick, not too much. And yeah, that was dinner. So at least I found something. Like, I didn't end up at a convenience store, so I'm happy. The bummer, however, was that the music matched a name, so kind of didn't ruin my experience with the meatballs, but it would have been better if it had been quiet. The rain found me, and luckily I only have a 2-kilometer walk back to the guest house. Unhanded. But that was fun to watch. Those look like balls. Hey guys, that was hitchhiking part 13, I think. Again, like the last few video end cards, we're shooting this in advance. It's December before the trip we're taking to Borneo. So I think when you see this, we're in Borneo, but maybe we're back. I don't know. It's very confusing. It's really difficult to understand timeline.
I don't pay attention.
So in this video, Katie hasn't seen any of this one, but I've told her about it. This is when I went to see that farmer. Like that farmer, I met him, and then with the tomatoes.
Oh god, those stories were so good.
And it's easily like one of the like 5 times I really wish.
I have seen some of this.
Oh, did I show you some of it?
Yeah, because you showed me all of the airplanes and stuff.
Yeah. So just like one of the few, like maybe 5 top times I wish you had been with me on that trip.
I know.
Just because like mini tomatoes are your favorite thing in the world.
And I also like airplanes.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable. So I hope everybody enjoyed like, you know, seeing that experience. And I hope I can convey it as amazing as it was. It like sticks out in my mind even now as like one of the coolest things that happened on the entire trip.
If you thought it was cool, you can also give it a thumbs up, subscribe, go to any of our social media, Facebook, Twitter. All the other
Reddit,
social media.
Yeah, Facebook and Twitter and Reddit. And
you always get stuck.
Yeah.
I got 2. Great. And also, you can support us on Patreon for some of the amazing adventures that we hope to do in the future. So head on over there if you want to contribute. And we have some questions.
Yeah, actually, we have a lot of questions that have got we might need to stop walking for just a second. Okay. We're trying to be cool and walk through the neighborhood. Like, we can do this, but now I'm like,
we can do this and walk at the same time.
We can't really. It's kind of difficult.
We're dead.
So we got a whole bunch of questions from a lot of different people that basically are asking about our future and like what our plans are and stuff. And there's a lady doing her laundry. And just things like, do we think we're going to live in Japan for our entire lives, or would we have families here? I'm sorry I'm not listing any names. It's literally like 20 questions that are like similarly themed.
People who apparently care about us.
Yeah, I think what we do is kind of different, you know what I mean? And I can see the curiosity there, like, you know, what's going on.
Where are you?
And, like, do we think we're going to be going back to the United States in the next 5 to 10 years specifically? Moving to another country, like we could move to Thailand or like things like that. We've mentioned things like that in the past.
In the very, very short term, I think that we are going to be living in Japan for at least a year, if not more. And in this coming year, I'm actually going to America for a couple of months. So maybe not when you're watching. Well, it's possible I might be in America while you're watching this.
So
we
after
really don't
we come
know
back
the
from Borneo, the next day, she's going to get on an airplane and fly to America for 3 months, right? You're going to be there? Yeah,
January to March.
Yeah. And I'll be in Japan the whole time. Yeah,
we'll go back to America, but it'll be short-lived and only one of us.
Short-lived? That's not short-lived. That's a long time, man. I'm not going to see you for 3 months.
He makes a good point. And then Japan for a while, and then friggin' mystery. Beyond like 2 years, we don't think that far.
Yeah, and people ask like, are you going to have children and stuff? Like, we don't know. Like, I don't know.
This is a fun time to do this. Okay. So Eric.
What, are you pregnant?
No.
What's going on?
So I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
And for Golden Week, we're going to go to Hong Kong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I booked those tickets. I didn't book the tickets that we need. I ended up booking tickets to stuff we don't need.
So we're going to Hong Kong.
We're going to Hong Kong.
Oh, hey, look at that. I just found out.
So that's kind of our future plans. Like, we don't think that far ahead.
Yeah,
I thought to Golden Week.
How do you guys plan out trips and stuff? You just saw how it happened.
How do you plan out life?
Why did you pick the
good price.
It was just cheap tickets.
And also, we just watched a video of Planet Earth. They did the cities, and that was just so cool. And we saw Hong Kong on there. We were like, Hong Kong! And I was just like, okay, And I also had dim sum recently, and that was very good. So let's do that again.
Let's go to Hong Kong. So we've been there before. If you want to check out like our previous video, that'll be like somewhere on our website. If you just go to our channel and type in Hong Kong, it'll come up. That's the easiest way to get there. If I remember, I'll try to link it, but I don't know if I'll remember.
Yeah, so that's our life. We know about up till May.
Yeah, which is actually like, this is like one of the times one of the furthest in advance times we ever planned.
It's true.
Like we usually don't even plan that far ahead. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, just to be clear, like she's not going back to America for anything bad or anything. She just wants you just like I don't know. Answer for you.
Did we have to clear up that it's
I don't
not
want
bad?
Yeah, well, I don't want people to. People sometimes jump to the conclusion that like we're having relationship problems or something like that.
I am having relationship problems. Oh, we can walk now.
Yeah.
I am having relationship problems, and that relationship is the relationship with my family. My mom and my dad and my brother. I really need to hang out with them.
It's not a problem more than a desire. You just need time with them.
I need to feel like a daughter and a sister and a friend to them. That's what I need.
Instead of just a wife and a homie like you are now.
I'm a wife and a homie, and I have other caps, other hats that I can put on, and I need to put those hats on. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And keep watching, guys. Maybe some stuff from America or Hong Kong.
Yeah, are you going to try to shoot anything in America? You gotta. If you say it now, you got to promise it.
I'm going to stop this video.
No promises.
Yeah, I think I will. So look forward to it. Bye, guys.